Today, I want to give you essential vocabulary and conversation skills for speaking about something which is dangerous, a black hole for your money, and something that I can't live without. Nope, it's not a typical British pub. It is a car. Hiya, welcome to a new episode of Super Easy English. Maybe you're interested in talking about cars. Maybe you've broken down in the UK and need to speak to a mechanic or engineer about your car. Hopefully not. Or maybe you're just looking to buy or sell your first car in the UK. Before we start this week's episode, don't forget to subscribe to Easy English below to be notified about more Super Easy English episodes. So, let's go. So, let's start at the most important part of the car, the business end. And underneath this bonnet, we have the most important and essential part of a working car, your engine. It's important to wear gloves. One, because it's super dirty at this end. And two, because you look a little bit like you know what you're talking about when you're wearing these gloves. So, here is the engine. As I said, the most essential part of the car. Over here is the engine coolant. When you're going on long distances, your engine will heat up a lot over time. So you also need to make sure that this is at a good level to keep your engine cool. Here is where you can add your engine oil to keep everything nice and lubricated. You can check your level of engine oil using the dipstick. Some of the things you will need to do this, especially if you need to top it up, is engine oil. You will also need a funnel and a cloth because things will get extra dirty. I take out the dipstick, give it a little clean, and make it back in. Here, it's nearly empty. Ooh, I best top it up soon. But not now because I'm feeling lazy. The other things I just remembered are here is fluid for the windscreen wipers, which are here and here. And this water comes out from these two guys. Hello out there. Let's clean these dirty windows. Good job. Nice and clean. Okay, now let's talk about the lights for the car. Here are your headlights for the car, which work at various different levels of intensity. When you first turn on your modern car, you have daytime running lights, and when it's in the dark and you flip your switch, you have your normal beams. When you cannot see anything and nobody is coming towards you, you could turn on these, your full beams. And here are your indicators for indicating if you wish to go right or left. And down below here are your fog lights for when things get really dicey and you have to maneuver around fog and mist. There. Oh! Before we carry on this week's episode, we're excited to announce the launch of our Learner membership. Now what makes this membership so special is we're offering you a 7-day free trial of it. In those 7 days, you'll get free access to all of our material for all of our YouTube videos to help you improve your English. With our Learner membership, you can be creative with how you'd like to learn English with our videos. Perhaps you'd just like to read the transcript along with the episode and keep up with what I'm saying. Or maybe you'd like to test yourself with our worksheets, where we take the more extensive vocabulary from the vocab list and create a fill in the blanks and an odd ones out game to test your knowledge on the English language. Why don't you try it now? Head over to our membership page with the link up here, or go to easyenglish.video/membership. Okay, let's look at the driver's side of the car. The first thing I would do when I get in the car is put on my seat belt. Click. Then I insert the car key into the ignition. Before we start the car, let's look at all the vocabulary we have at the front part of the car. We have the steering wheel, we have the gear stick, the handbrake, and we have the pedals. On the far right side, we have the accelerator. On the far left, we have the clutch for changing gears. In the middle, we have the brake. Now, this whole section of the car is known as the dashboard. At the front of my dashboard, I have 3 gauges. The one on the left side is known as the rev counter. The one in the middle is the speedometer. The digital one on the right tells me certain information, such as how far I've driven in total, the temperature outside, how long until I must get a service at the garage. It also tells me how long until I need to fill up the petrol tank. Other things we have the air blowers, we have the emergency signal light, we have this display, which is very basic. Down here we have the options for the air blowers, we have the positions, and next to that we have the AC or air conditioning button. After that we have the intensity of the air blowers, and then next to that one we have the temperature from cold to warm. On this side we have parking assist, which gives you an indicator sound when you're getting too close and the parking sensors sense something is nearby. Next to that we have some kind of traction control for if you want to drive like a complete a**hole. We also have a storage box here. Inside there we have things like disinfectant from Corona times. We have tissue and toilet paper, just in case. We also have dog poo bags for Nola, or maybe for me. And then we have, what is this? A map of Lewis with all the pubs and museums. Let's check out the passenger side. Okay, in the passenger side, we also have many things that the driver's side has. For instance, seat belts, window controls, but other things which the driver doesn't have. We have the glove box. As you can imagine, this is named because people would usually store their driving gloves in this section. But in here we have more evidence of Corona and a relic from the 20th century. Other things I didn't mention are the sun visors with a mirror so you always look pretty, the lighting, and this center armrest where you can store all kinds of other let's talk about the things along the side panels of the car. First and most obvious are your doors. The second thing is a small indicator light to tell people that you are signalling to turn left. You have your wing mirrors, you have your door handle, and you have electric windows. Ooh, this one is manual though. Let's also not forget that down here we have our wheels. Okay, here is your car wheel. This is our front car wheel. And on the front car wheel, we have our brakes. You have the wheel itself, and you have your rubber tyre. These will need to be replaced if you're driving in the UK because we have really shitty roads. And finally, let's check round the back of the car. Okay, welcome to what we call the boot of the car. This is the actual boot for storage. We also have a windscreen wiper. We have the fluid, the windscreen wiper fluid that comes from here. We also have the lights. We have brake lights for when you are braking. We have an indicator light for signalling to turn left. And finally, these lights are the reversing lights to tell people that you are reversing and going backwards. Let's see what things I've not tidied in the boot of the car that I can show you. Okay, here we have the parcel shelf. Let's remove this to unveil the mess. Okay, we have a battery charger for when your car runs out of battery. This is important. We have shopping from our most recent trip to the homeware store. This is not important. We have a big bag of engine oil. Bloody hell. We have glass wipes for the windows because Nola likes to lick the windows. Showroom Shine. Cleans, shines and protects all in one without water. Upholstery shampoo for when Nola makes the seats dirty or I eat too much disgusting food and make a mess. We have a lug nut key, and you attach this to the lug nuts. This is what you'll need for when you're driving on our dangerous UK roads and you blow your tyre. You must attach these to the lug nuts and take them off so that you can change the tyre over. And another thing you'll need to do this is a jack. You make this under your car and you slowly twist this lever to lift up your car so you can change the broken tyre. We've done this many times. Typically what happens is you break down not when it's nice, bright and sunny, but when it's cold, dark and raining. It's important to prepare yourself for when you do break down, so we've packed a hoodie. Oh, this is my old jumper actually. A blanket and a hoodie. It's also very useful when you break down to have a high-vis jacket or high-visibility jacket. A jerry can for topping up on extra fuel just in case. We also have this thing for breaking down. You must make this triangle something like 100 meters away from your car, so people are prepared to see you and look out for you when you're stranded in the middle of the road. We also have a first aid kit for making DIY surgeries in the car. But no, there are plasters, there are bandages, all things we hopefully don't need. Okay, that is the back of our car. My fingers are freezing and I can't feel my ears. Now, at the back of the car, usually you would have your passengers, but this is where Nola sits. Okay, Nola, shall we go for a drive? Yeah? Okay, let's go. Thanks for watching this week's episode. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of it and what you'd like us to cover next in our slow, easy English series. And as always, we'll see you next time. Ta-ra!